I think that's my greatest inspiration. It is. Like, I mean, I love Disneyland and stuff, but I go there. Like 90% is me watching the kids.
My involvement with the Michael Jackson case actually began on June 13, 2005, as a breaking news alert flashed on TV announcing that the jury had reached a verdict in Michael's child molestation trial.
We, the jury, in the above entitled case, find the defendant not guilty of lewd act upon a minor child.
The crowd outside the courtroom went wild. A woman released a white dove for each count Michael was acquitted. The prosecution had completely failed to even get one conviction. Michael was free. I was stunned. I thought this was another O.J. Simpson travesty, where a high-priced legal team helped the guilty celebrity walk free.
There he is now, leaving the courtroom, waving to the fans.
As the father of a young child, I found the idea that a sexual predator may have evaded justice repugnant. I decided on the spot that I was going to bring Michael to justice in some way.
I was fuming. I thought we had another O.J. Simpson running around. I thought it would take me 2 weeks to nail Jackson, prove to the world that he was a child molester.
Much of what I discovered did not present Michael in a positive light.
I think he was a classic pedophile. He very often befriended the parents first, or he picked children who came from broken marriages, who were vulnerable.
I remember just thinking how weird he was in every way. And certainly an adult man hanging with kids and rolling around with them and no parents around, it was freaky to me.
The first allegations of pedophilia stemmed from the 1993 case of Jordan Chandler, after the boy's father, Evan Chandler, sued Michael Jackson for allegedly molesting his son. The investigation dragged out into a scandalous series of headlines. The tabloids went wild. After Jordan Chandler gave police his testimony, the DA's office subjected Michael to a rigorous physical exam in order to corroborate the accuser's description of Michael's body.
I have been forced to submit to a dehumanizing and humiliating examination. They served a search warrant on me which allowed them to view and photograph my body, including my my buttocks, my lower torso, thighs, and any other area that they wanted.
Jordan Chandler told police that Michael was circumcised, but there were problems with his testimony. The physical description and the results of the search did not match up.
Something just doesn't make sense about the 1993 accusations at all.
The evidence showed this was a complete setup.
Eventually, secret audio recordings came to light, revealing the father, Evan Chandler, making plans to destroy Michael Jackson, both personally and professionally.
This man is going to be humiliated beyond belief. He will not believe it. He will not believe what's going to happen. It's beyond his worst nightmares.
This is not just evidence as it ordinarily develops.
If I go through with this, I win big time. I will get everything I want. There will be destroyed forever.
I called him up and he said, "Do you believe this?" I said, "Michael, I know exactly what happened." I said, my advice to you is to fight it. He said, "I am." I said, "Because if you don't fight it now, it's going to linger and cause problems." That was not the advice everybody wanted me to give him.
As the allegations wore on, Michael continued to fight back.
I get tired of situations like this, where people completely lie on me, and I'm sick of it.
But in 1994, Michael's insurance company abruptly stepped in and settled the case out of court on his behalf.
Part of their theory was, you're going to go on tour, we have an album coming, and they caused him to take the easy way out, which really became the hard road. And he decided to settle.
People say, hey, it's an indication that he was somehow responsible or a confession of guilty. Because he was not in control of it.
Although Michael was pressured into settling to avoid derailing his world tour, the tabloids and the public looked at Evan Chandler's reported $22 million payout and perceived guilt on Michael's part. Relentless jokes and accusations of pedophilia would torment Jackson for the rest of his life.
I think to all appearances, it was suggestive that he was, but people didn't realize that, you can have this obsession with children and be a child without having any sexual component to it.
And Jesus said to love the children and be like children, be youthful and be innocent and be pure and honorable.
I think Michael Jackson, in his purest form, was a child in a 50-something-year-old man's body.
My children used to go to Neverland since they were very young, and they never observed anything that was abnormal.
It was just kind of this place that fell straight out of your fantasies and dreams. I mean, there were movie theaters and bumper cars and carnival wheels and, like, endless playtime.
4 years after the 2005 trial, I interviewed hundreds of Michael's friends and associates. The more people I spoke to, the more it became clear that Michael Jackson was an innocent man.